Welcome everyone, my name is Chloe Smith and I'll be doing a book review over Grendel by John Gardner and how the theory of absurdism is applied in 5 different scenes. Grendel is a book written by John Gardner that is a retelling of the infamous monster Grendel from the Epic of Beowulf. This story portrays Grendel as an anti-hero and he goes out on a search to find out why he exists. Grendel represents the reality of human life, that humans are not perfect and live to seek purpose in life. Okay, so the first scene we'll be going over is Grendel getting stuck in a tree because a bull is attacking him. In the beginning, Grendel is attacked by a bull, and the situation is absurd because it is shown in the text here. He shook his horns at me, as if scornful. I trembled, on the ground, on 2 good feet. I would have been more than a match for the bull, or, if not, I could have outrun him. But I was 4 or 5 feet in the air, trapped and weak. He could slam me right out of the tree with one blow of that boned, square head, maybe tearing the foot off, and then he would gore me to death at his leisure in the grass. Grendel is aware of his weakness and strengths. He knew he could take down the bull, but it is fear that stops him. Fear follows him all throughout his youth because he isn't aware of his purpose. The bull is a foreshadowing element of Grendel's future of encountering stronger forces that confirm absurdism. With the bull being the foreshadow of stronger forces, Grendel's character transforms by studying the bull and how he attacks. He is no longer afraid of the bull because the bull uses the same tactic each time at the tree. It shows a foreshadow of Grendel being able to read his enemies in the far future. He'd struck too low, and even in my terror, I understood that he would always strike too low. He fought by instinct. Blind mechanism ages old. He'd fought the same way against an earthquake or an eagle. I had nothing to fear from his wrath but that twisting horn. The next time he charged, I kept my eye on it, watched that horn with as much concentration as I'd have watched the rims of a crevice. Nothing touched me but the breeze as the horn flipped past. It relates to absurdism because it is so real and unrealistic. It makes it unrealistic because a bull is attacking with no purpose and mirrors Grendel's animal side of him. Second scene we'll be going over is Grendel meeting the dragon for the first time. Camus's view on nihilism works with Grendel's full story, but in this particular scene, it shows a dragon influencing Grendel with nihilistic views. You improve them, my boy. Can't you see that yourself? You stimulate them. You make them think and scheme. You drive them to poetry, science, religion, all that makes what they are for as long as they last. You are, so too, speak the brute existence by which they learn to define themselves. This quote, though, Grendel is giving humans definition. That's what the dragon is meaning. So, in this particular scene, Grendel gives human definition. So the exile, captivity, death, they shrink from the blunt facts of their morality. Their abandonment, that's what you make them recognize. Embrace. You are mankind, or man's condition, inseparable as the mountain climber and the mountain. Now I just want to stop right here. Grendel is making the human be aware of their morality in a negative way. If you withdraw, you will instantly be replaced. Brute existence. You are a dime a dozen. No sentimental trash then. If man's the irrelevance that interests you, stick with him. Scare him to glory. It's all the same in the end. Meaning we all die in the end. Matter and motion, simple or complex, no difference. Finally, death and transfiguration. Ashes to ashes, slime to slime. Amen. After looking at that quote, the next chapter, you see how that affects Grendel and his character transformation, as here. Nothing was changed, everything was changed, by my having seen the dragon, but there was one thing worse. I discovered that the dragon had put a charm on me. No weapon could cut me. I could walk up to the mead hall whenever I pleased, and they were powerless. My heart became darker because of that. Though I scorned them, sometimes hated them, there had been something between myself and men when we could fight. Now, invulnerable, I was as solitary as one live tree in a vast landscape of coal. Grendel becomes aware of what he's capable of doing from the dragon, being indestructible. Fear does not consume Grendel, therefore putting him above his fate. He believes his fate will change because the dragon manipulated him into thinking it is possible to change one's fate. The third scene is over Grendel's law. This is an illustration to how Grendel is experiencing nihilistic views. Enough of that. A night for tearing heads off, bathing in blood, except, alas, he has killed his quota for the season. Take care of the gold egg laying goose. There is no limit to desire, but desire's needs. Grendel's law. Grendel is trying to reject the dragon's nihilistic views to get back to being an absurdist. 1. My teeth are sound. 1. The roof of my cave is sound. 1. I have not committed the ultimate act of nihilism. I have not killed the queen. 1. Yet. The word yet is a key word for him to back away from manipulation. Now we're going to be going over scene 4, which is the failed attempt of killing the queen. Grendel is trying to push nihilistic ideas onto the Danes by killing the queen. I would kill her and teach them reality, which is the Danes and killing their queen. Grendel, the truth teacher, phantasm tester. It was what I would be from this day. Forward my commitment, my character, as long as I lived, and nothing alive or dead could change my mind. Grendel could not stand the nihilistic ideas and believed that it was a meaningless theory to live by. He goes back to being an absurdist at this crucial point because he realizes that in killing her, it would bring no meaning to Grendel and the Danes. I changed my mind. It would be meaningless. Killing her, as meaningless as letting her live. It would be for me mere pointless pleasure, an illusion of order for this one foolish flicker flash, and a long dull fall of eternity. I find these two quotes very ironic because Grendel is going from nothing can change my mind to just straight up, never mind, I changed my mind. It just makes that very ironic. So we're going to be going over the last scene, which is the 5th scene, which is Grendel's death. Even at the end of time, Grendel tried to hold on to what was his personal truth, to not die in the hands of a stranger. Beowulf. Grendel also experienced his fate, being above his fate and overlooking everyone, not God. It was an accident, I bellow back. I will cling to what is true. Blind, mindless, mechanical, mere logic of change. I am weak from loss of blood. No one follows me now. I stumble again, and with my one weak arm, I cling to the huge twisted roots of an oak. I look down past stars to a terrifying darkness. I seem to recognize the place, but it's impossible. Accident, I whisper. I will fall. I seem to desire the fall, and though I fight it with all my will, I know in advance that I can't win. Grendel ends up accepting his fate at the end because he was defeated by Beowulf. He is not able to kill the animals, but wishes a terrible fate for everyone, so that he does not have to suffer alone. Again, sight clears. I am slick with blood. I discover I no longer feel pain. Animals gather around me, enemies of old, to watch me die. I give them what I hope will appear, sheepish smile. My heart booms terror. Will the last of my life slide out if I let out breath? They watch with mindless, indifferent eyes, as calm in midnight, black as a chasm below me. Is it joy I feel? They watch on, evil, incredibly stupid, enjoying my destruction. Poor Grendel has had an accident, I whisper. So may you all. So to wrap this up, Grendel himself is the object of absurdism because he was trying to figure out why he exists and his purpose, like Job seeking for God. The dragon is like Satan because he casts nihilistic views onto Grendel, which causes him to have a desire for meaningless murder, not a purposeful kill. In the end, he ends up being above his fate because he accepts that he would die in the hands of Beowulf, making him absurd. Well, that about wraps up everything for today. Thank you guys for listening in to my book review over Grendel. I hope you guys check out the book, and I'll see you later. Bye, guys.